alright, I won't leave the toilet seat up again.
The Last Castle is a 2001 film which I've not even heard of before nomination, let alone seen. The trailer has this look like a military prison film with a pretty decent cast. Sometimes I don't have much to say before I jump into the story, but the format demands it, so here's my review of The Last Castle. 3-star General Eugene Irwin has been sentenced to 10 years in a military prison. His reputation precedes him, and upon arrival, the warden in charge, Colonel Winter, asks him to sign a book for him, but changes his mind when he hears Irwin state that Winter has never seen a battlefield. The prison is run using violence and manipulation, with several prisoners approaching Irwin to ask for help, citing that several accidental deaths involving rubber bullets to the head have happened, too many to be deemed an accident. Irwin just wants to do his time so he can spend time with his estranged daughter and grandson, but upon seeing the overly cruel corporal punishment firsthand, he finds himself under the radar of Winter. In sticking up for the stuttering former Marine Aguilar, Irwin finds himself doing hard labour in the yard with the other prisoners cheering him on. Irwin next has the prisoners work together with Aguilar as foreman to build a wall in the yard, something that Winter has previously allowed, but when seeing that Irwin seems to be building morale and that the prisoners are taking pride in it, he orders the wall to be destroyed. Aguilar tries to stop the bulldozer, and Winter gives the order to have him killed via a rubber bullet to the head. Irwin decides that Winter needs to resign and starts to make plans. Meanwhile, Winter calls in his superior, General Wheeler, to assess Irwin and have him transferred to another prison. Wheeler, for his part, offers Irwin a chance to be released on medical grounds, but Irwin refuses. Winter, receiving a tip on a plot to kidnap Wheeler, rescues him from the room and uses the full force of his power, a riot squad, water cannon and helicopter to pacify the prisoners. This, however, is a bluff from Irwin, who now knows how Winter will deal with an uprising. Winter is also offered the chance to have Irwin transferred, but refuses. Irwin starts the plan to take over the prison, which will get Winter removed from power. However, Yates, the prison bookie, is reluctant to join in and even gets recruited by Winter to snitch in exchange for an expedited sentence. Everyone but Irwin thinks that Yates will betray them, but on the day of the uprising, Yates not only steals Wheeler's flag, but helps take down the helicopter once Irwin's plan to neutralise the riot squad and water cannon is successful. The end game is to fly the flag upside down, an international sign of distress, but Winter manages to rally troops with live ammunition to stop the rebellion. Despite this, every prisoner remains standing when ordered to lay down by Winter, and Irwin walks to the flagpole to fly the flag. Winter's soldiers disobey direct orders to shoot Irwin, and Winter does it himself before being arrested by his second-in-command, Captain Peretz. Irwin manages to raise the flag and dies as he sees the fruits of his labour, an American flag flying the right way up. If you want the short version of what I thought of this film, then I'd say,
alright. I said, alright.
There's nothing you should go out of your way to see, but also nothing insultingly bad. Sometimes the trailer tells you exactly what you're expecting. The story is straightforward and makes you invest in the majority of the characters. Despite the sympathy you feel for Aguilar, it's painfully obvious from the start that he won't make it to the end. I also feel that as much uncertainty is built for Yates on whether he'll side with Winter or Irwin, it never felt like it was in doubt that he'd side with the protagonist. Irwin seems to have a magical charisma and reputation that can convince anyone to join his cause. Anyone, that is, other than Winter. Personally, I don't find Irwin that interesting as a character. He reminds me somewhat of Big Boss from the Metal Gear series, only less likeable. Irwin's daughter and grandson are never used against him and barely relevant to the plot. A more desperate man with nothing to lose would have made for a much more interesting character in my opinion. I also feel the way Robert Redford plays him doesn't put over the desperation or bleakness of the situation. It means I come away from the film not liking the main character. It's Mamma Mia all over again. I don't feel that way about James Gandalfino's Colonel Winter though, who is a great antagonist. He respects Irwin but is insistent that he follow the rules. He's harsh in his punishments and manipulates the prisoners to keep them in line. He's the kind of villain that thinks he's in the right and uses cruelty and violence to pacify the prisoners, even though we as the viewer don't agree with that. Soft-spoken until the end, and the last man standing after his staff turn against him. The way he does things is wrong, and I can't believe that the prisoners managed to create a full-size trebuchet and a homemade rocket launcher without him or the soldiers not knowing anything. With a clever rewrite, you could have him be the hero and Owen be the corrupting force inside his prison. It would certainly make this film more memorable. Just to peek behind the curtain a little bit, I'm writing this 24 hours after watching the film and I'm already forgetting character names. The Last Castle is a film I don't think will stay in my long-term memory, but I can recommend it if you like military films. As far as prison films are concerned though, it doesn't hold up to the greats like The Green Mile, with which it shared a filming location, and Shawshank Redemption, of which I saw at least a few ideas borrowed from. The film didn't do too well either, making back just $27.6 million from its $72 million budget. It's also received middling reviews, and I think that's fair. It's not a standout for good or bad reasons. It's a fairly forgettable film if you're not into the genre like me, but there may be something to enjoy if you like military or prison films. The Last Castle isn't a fortress of a movie, but it's not crumbling down either.
Thank you for watching this video. If you like what you see, please give this video a like and share it on social media. Maybe leave a comment below about what you thought of this video. And if you'd like to see more, please subscribe for more content. If you'd like to support me in other ways, you can buy merchandise at bradleyj.tmail.com, where you can buy t-shirts, tote bags and more. Or you can become a Patreon at www.patreon.com/BradleyJVoices for just £1 a month.
Coming up next for the Film Review Open Challenge is Moulin Rouge. For now though, thank you very much for watching.